G'day you good motherfuckers, the Buttsman here. I hope you're very well. When people ask me what do, I tell them first and foremost that I'm a comedian. I'm a stand-up comedian. It is what I love doing. Then YouTuber, absolute legend, all those other things that I do on a daily basis, they come after that. But I love doing stand-up. It's all I wanted to do since I was 12 years old. And it's why I started doing YouTube in the first place, just to build an audience. I have been lucky enough to have that as my full-time job for almost 4 years. But in 2020, like everybody else, I got royally fucked by the old coronavirus. I had a whole tour planned. I had everything booked. I had the Melbourne Comedy Festival booked, everything. And as you all know, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, your job was probably fucked. Mine was fucked. Everyone was fucked. But let me tell you this. In 2021, I'm back. Bigger, better, hairier than ever.
In a world ravaged by a deadly illness, one comedian off YouTube spent way too much money on a cinematic trailer where the producer made him ride a horse, risk his life, spend 3 days in humid as Queensland weather, standing in cow and horse, dressed in an overcoat, dressed like Ned Kelly for some unknown reason. All of that, and the tour never happened. Is he salty? Yes. No, not at all. I'm sure he doesn't care he spent half a house deposit on merch with this tour's name on it. I'm sure he's using the same tour name for some artistic reason or whatever. Anyways, Australia, get ready because Isaac Butterfield is coming to your town.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back on tour. Go and check out the ticket link below. I'm pumped to get back out there. Now, things are a little bit different in 2021 because of the old Rone. Here's why it's a little bit different. We're going to release these tickets in blocks. And the reason we're doing that is, number one, tickets are limited because of the seating and you can't get too close to people and don't laugh and all that shit. The second reason is because I don't want people not having confidence to buy a ticket to something that they think may not happen because of lockdowns and state borders and all that type of stuff. So we mitigate that risk, we lower that risk by releasing the tickets only 6 weeks out from every show, rather than, let's say for Newcastle, that's in November, 6 months out from the show. So what we're doing this year is sign up for your city, right? You sign up for your city, and then when they go on sale, you get an email, you get a text message to say, tickets are on sale, hurry the fuck up, jump in and grab them, and then you know that you actually have a ticket there to a show that actually will happen. But it's also important to sign up, and here is why. Say, for example, in the Newcastle show at the end of the year, November 20th, that is a show where 1,500 people will be in the room, which is fantastic, one of my favorite shows of the year, but over 1,000 people have already signed up for that show. So hurry the fuck up and sign the fuck up. Anyway, long story short, I can't wait to see you all, and it's going to be fucking fan-fucking-tastic. As wonderful as stand-up is, as wonderful as comedy is, making people laugh, making people happy, sometimes people get very, 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 very mad. People feel attacked, they feel offended, they feel like you have written that joke just to ruin their night. Now, when someone doesn't like a certain joke, a couple of things usually happen. Either they just stand up and walk out. I've had that happen a lot of times, particularly with jokes about religion. That seems to be one that pisses a lot of people off. Other people will stay the entire show and then go and contact their local newspaper or blogger and complain to them. That's always strange, but okay, whatever you want to do, mate. But what we're seeing more frequently than ever, which is very strange and also terrifying, is people getting out of the crowd and trying to beat the shit out of the comedian. And all of the comedians that have been attacked have one thing in common. They're Australian. It all started in 2007 where Jeffries was attacked in a Manchester comedy room called the Comedy Store. I've played there. It's a magnificent room. But this happened.
Bat's pushing it inwards. Oh, when you... Oh, hang on.
event actually had a really positive outcome. Jim came back out from backstage after this event occurred and continued the rest of the show. People loved him because of it, and it actually gave a boost to his career. Jim's a pretty offensive comic, but to get someone to jump out of their seat and try and fight you, well, to actually fight you, is pretty fucked up. But it also happened to other people, particularly people I know quite well. My old mate Frenchie. This happened to him up in Rockhampton, just a few years ago. He was glassed by some fuckwit in the crowd.
What do you do for work? That's not a job, bro. You work for the government too, don't you?
Piss off, Justin!
Fuck off! Yeah, fuck him off. No, fuck him off. Fuck it,
But surely there's more to this story. Surely there's a backstory about what happened after the show. Surely Frenchie went out there and grabbed old mate and said, "What is wrong with you? I demand answers." So I asked Frenchie, what the fuck happened, bruz?
Isaac, thank you for having me on the show. It is my honour to talk about my glassing. What I didn't realise is that I didn't actually get glassed. So this guy at Rockhampton, he looks like he's on meth. He's like, okay, before I go, you look thirsty. Throws a glass of half-drank Bundaberg at me for me to drink. He just wanted me to drink that. Afterwards, we met up, had a coffee, a tea. I went to his caravan and started dating his sister. Yeah, we got married. It was a good couple of months. Then we broke up, obviously. But we still keep in touch all the time. He's in my Dungeons and Dragons team. We play hopscotch. Sometimes we just ring up and talk about celebrities we find attractive, and that's what happens. So not all like incidents end in a bad way. I'm glad we could become brothers after that. He's not here now. He's coming tomorrow.
And then there was Alex Williamson, the loosest Aussie bloke, Shooter Williamson, an absolute classic Australian comedian who's been around for a very long time and a good friend of mine. And this just happened only 2 weeks ago. He was doing a show in fucking Rockhampton. And someone got out of the crowd and, well, punched him in the fucking face.
With the kids, how he fucking likes it. Oh yeah, you're a shit cunt, aren't you? Hey, you're a shit cunt. There's a fucking stink.
What the fuck is going on with Rocky? Even the newspapers were talking about fucking Rockhampton after this. The same room where at Sunger Attack, which is Frenchie's Instagram, had a glass thrown at him on stage. What's doing, Queensland? Comedian Isaac Butterfield wrote, "Oh, they're referring to me. Good on the butts, man. Well done." But none of this, ladies and gentlemen, none of these attacks by these pieces of shit can compare to what happened to me on stage at the Enmore Theatre in Sydney in front of 2,000 good motherfuckers filming my last special. It still sends shivers through my spine. I'm sorry, it's tough to talk about. But this is never before seen footage. What you're about to see here, we've just got back off the police, and I think it's about time that you saw what happened when a drunk assailant stormed the stage.
Are you going to king hit me, sir?
I just wanted to come over to meet you. That's all.
Good to meet you, brother. Good on you, brother. All right, go and... All right, good on you, brother. Go and sit down. Cocksucker.
Yeah, everyone else got punched in the face and I got a vicious hug from some dude. Thanks, mate. It was great to meet you. So basically, my point is here, if you go to a comedy show and someone fucking offends you, don't complain about it. Understand that that's a comedian. What they are saying is a joke. They most likely, and in 99% of cases, don't believe what they're saying. They're just trying to elicit a response from the crowd, which is a laugh. And a lot of the times, the laugh that I really enjoy when I watch a comic is the laugh where you go, "Ha, I'm a piece of shit for laughing." But that's fantastic. Something I'll never understand is why people demand answers or responses or apologies about jokes. They are jokes. They're not real. Jokes are very different from statements. This doesn't just happen to people like me or Alex Williamson or Frenchie or all these type of people. This whole attack on comedians happens to people on the woke side of the comedy culture, like Tom Ballard, for example. He was recently had a set pulled from the ABC's airing of the Melbourne, some shit he was on, right? They pulled him because he made jokes about liberal voters in Australia. Tom said, I'm not saying liberal voters are bad people. I'm saying they're not people. They're cold-blooded lizards ruining the country and should go back to the hellmouth where they came from. Ballard also referenced COVID-19, which killed a lot of people in nursing homes, but as I checked, a lot of them were liberal voters. Ballard climaxed with, I hope you die. I hope you choke on your franking credits, you evil, greedy, fascist, soulless pig dogs. So Tom's trying to make a political statement, and here's a hot tip, don't. Just shut the fuck up. Like, if you're trying to make political statements in comedy, why? But I bet there was just a lot of people just clapping together their gender pronouns and just having a great old time, which is fine. Good fucking on you. But people cracked their shits about this and demanded that Tom Ballard was removed from the whole airing of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival gala because of these words that he said. I don't think we should ever remove comedians just because of jokes. Let the crowd tell you if it's funny or not. Comedy is subjective. Some people enjoy woke comedy. Some fucking freaks. Some people enjoy my stand-up. Good people. Go and check out the link down below. And I guess in Australia, we are guilty of not understanding how comedy works because all we see is the gala, the Melbourne International Comedy Festival gala on the TV every year. Now, the comedians that are on that have to be family friendly, they have to be PG, they have to be this and this and that and this and 50% male, 50% female. And in reality, they're not the best comedians in the country. They're just picked because they're a part of certain talent agencies. That's how it all works. Depending on how big the management company is, they might get 4 comedians in or 3 comedians in, depending on how big they are. So it's not really a reflection on who is the best, but who they pick. It's not up to the crowd. It's up to a fucking boardroom. My point of this whole video is let comedians say whatever they want and don't freak the fuck out, alright? I made a conscious effort in this show this year, Outlaw, in this tour, to be basically as offensive as I possibly can and write jokes that really push the boundaries. So if you enjoy that shit, come along and enjoy the show. If you don't, fuck off. Honestly, just don't come, alright? Stay at home and fucking jam your testicles in the fucking bin receptacle, you fucking boring fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see you all. Go and check out the link below. Get your tickets, come along, spread the Rona. I'll see you all on ventilators. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, me dick scene. Keep it moist. Toodaloo over. Bye.